Hey gang, Tony here for one last review of the day of Review Day. This is Review Day, when I review movies in the worst possible way possible. Thumbs down! Alright, one last movie. This one was sent to me by Jared Guy in a trade box, and he specifically asked me to review this one. And in the video, a lot of people were like, oh, that's a great movie, and I got very excited for it, and in fact, it was quite a good movie. Though I question Jared Guy's insistence on sending me this and asking me to review it, because it's basically all about a pedophile, pervert, murderer. So I don't know if you're trying to say something or what, but it was a good movie. I had never seen this one, and it is a little outside. I mean, it's not a horror movie. It's more of a thriller, I would say. The basic premise is, without giving too much away, I'm not going to do any spoilers or anything here, but the basic premise is that, I don't remember any of the character names as per usual, but Patrick Wilson is a photographer. He's in his 30s, I think like 31, 32, and the movie opens with him chatting with Ellen Page's character, who is 14 in the movie, and they're chatting online, basically getting ready to hook up, kind of, and they go and they meet at a cafe for coffee, and Patrick Wilson, though immediately you're questioning him since he's meeting a 14-year-old girl, doesn't come off as particularly pervy, and says stuff about, how they shouldn't go back to his house, and they shouldn't, how he has to wait 4 years and things like that. So I think they're trying to set it up in such a way that maybe we're questioning how pervy he is. Where on the scale of perv is he? Is he super perv, or is he just a kind of mild perv? We don't know. And it turns out that Ellen Page's character and Patrick Wilson's character do go to his house upon her insistence. And it gets weirder and stranger from there. Not really weird and strange, just the tension and suspense amps up from there. And we are, for the majority of the film, I think, meant to question whether or not this man is who he seems to be. And I think it's also, in a sense, meant to question, does it matter? Right? Because there's this sense, as you're watching the movie, that you're almost that they want you to be sympathetic towards the male character, and yet we shouldn't be at all. I mean, even if he hasn't done half the stuff that we're led to believe he did, even if he really does just chat with 14-year-old girls on the internet and meet them for coffee, and then maybe take photographs or something because he's a photographer, that's probably bad enough. And I think there's this political statement here where men in society, or people in society, maybe give pedophiles, perverts, a little too much of a pass on certain things, in certain ways, which I know sounds weird. You're like, no, we don't give them passes. But watch the movie and you'll know what I mean, in a sense. Other than that, it's a very satisfying movie in terms of the conclusion. Again, I'm not going to give anything away. And an unsettling movie in a lot of ways. I especially like how they kind of take a page from Hitchcock's book, in the sense that not a lot is shown, but it feels like you saw it, in terms of gore or anything like that. So don't go in expecting there to be a whole ton of torture stuff. And yet it was very unsettling, even though you don't see a whole lot, which is cool. I love that, because I'm not a real big fan of torture porn. I've said this before in videos and things. So I don't particularly go out looking for movies that are super torture porny. I do appreciate holding back in those instances to create more tension. Let us use our imaginations a little bit more. And I felt like I cringed just as much in this movie as I would in a movie like Hostel. Alright. So at the end of the day, I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. Jared Guy, thank you so much for sending it along. I probably never would have watched it if it weren't for you. Because it is one of those types of movies that I probably would have read the synopsis and been like, meh, it doesn't sound like something I really want to watch. Because it has almost, like in my mind, anything with this subject matter, almost like Lifetime movie sort of feel. It's not at all, but in my mind, I think that, and then I'm like, I don't want to see it. So thank you so much for sending this along. I definitely recommend it. Probably, like, I didn't really rate other things, but I probably would give this a 7 or 8 out of 10 stars. Definitely worth a watch. So check it out. Hard Candy. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. I'll catch you very soon. Hope your week is going well. Luckily we had a little break in the weather here, so it's kind of cool today, and I love it. Breathe deep in the night. Talk to y'all soon.